Well, greetings from the high 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans, and thanks for joining me. This commentary is pertaining to Brian Laundrie, the fiance of Gabby Petito. As most of you know, he is on the run. There has been no information to his whereabouts and where he can be located. There's a lot of rumor rhetoric starting already pertaining to this case, and I'm going to bring you the said information. I will be bringing you 4 sources of information. So if you need verification for anything that I've repeated in this video, please go to the designated articles for the commentary and know that this is an ever-evolving story. So anything that has been repeated in the commentary with a source, it can change at any given moment. Thank you for joining me. New details about incident between Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie at Wyoming restaurant. A restaurant in Wyoming confirmed on Wednesday that Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie were seen arriving on August 27th, the same as Petito sent strange text messaging, according to police, to the mother who raised the red flag. Jackson's Mary Piglet restaurant confirmed at Instagram post they found the couple and have been in contact with the FBI ever since. This wording is not really good, but anyway, I'm trying to bring it to you the best I can. On Wednesday, a woman named Nina Angelo in New Orleans told the network that she and her boyfriend witnessed a fuss between Petito and Laundrie as they left the restaurant. Angelo said Fox News they were in town for a wedding and were watching a real incident involving a couple. She said that Mr. Laundrie's body language seemed to be aggressive and thought she was discussing bills and money with Mary Piglet's employees, who she pointed out to be all women. She remembered that he went in and out of the restaurant several times. So I think she meant to say, they meant to write, he was discussing bills and money. I'm not really sure. This, as I said, this article is not written very well. It says Gabby Petito, they likely left suddenly. I was standing on the sidewalk, or she was standing, Petito was standing on the sidewalk crying. Laundrie came back, yelled at the hostess, and then went out. And he went back 4 more times to talk to the manager and talk to the hostess. She also says to ABC that it was as if the couple had been kicked out of the restaurant and there might have been no conflict, but Gabby suddenly left the restaurant in tears. She added that Petito looked a little embarrassed and at some point seemed to return to Mary Piglet and tried to leave Laundrie. I think she had apologized to the restaurant staff for his behavior, adding that she felt that this lady and remember being surprised at Laundrie's actions, that Miss Petito was surprised at his actions. And this is her perception of this event. According to a police warrant, Miss Petito sent a text message to her mother and that raised a red flag. And on the suspected day at Mary Piglet, according to a police warrant in Northport, Florida, Petito's mother received a strange text on August 27th. Can you help Stan? I will continue to receive his voicemail and missed calls. And Stan refers to Miss Petito's grandfather, but her mother, Nicole Schmidt, told that Gabby had never referred to him by his first name. It is also making claim to said information that she was reported missing on September 11th by her family, 10 days after Laundrie returned home to his parents' home in Florida with Miss Petito's van. Prior to the Mary Piglet incident, which is the restaurant, Petito was finally seen checking out of Fairfield Inn and Suites, less than 700 feet from the FBI Salt Lake City office in Utah. On September 19th, law enforcement agencies found her body near a campsite along the eastern border of Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. The Laundrie search continues after the 23-year-old's lawyer reported missing on September 17th. The FBI announced on Thursday that an arrest warrant was issued for Laundrie, demanding use of unauthorized access to devices for withdrawals or spending of $1,000 or more. It said, I used a debit card, but authorities didn't identify who it was. See, this article is not written very well. I'm just going to skim through most of it. It says the warrant allows law enforcement to arrest Mr. Laundrie, but the FBI and the partners across the country continue to investigate the facts and circumstances of Miss Petito's murder. It says we encourage individuals who know of Mr. Laundrie's role in this matter or current whereabouts to contact the FBI. New details about the incident between Gabby Petito and Mr. Laundrie at Wyoming restaurant. Details about the incident between them at the restaurant is, I guess you can hit the link inside this said information. As I state, this is a very horrible article. It's not written very well. It's by the California NewsTimes.com. It's not a source I would recommend because the English is very poor. I'm going to go in here and bring you more information pertaining to Mr. Laundrie. This is the latest information. I've yet to see a statement issued by the company, because I did go in before I came on to look, and I've yet to find anything pertaining to them issuing a statement of this petite restaurant. This is information pertaining to someone who said they picked him up and he was hitchhiking. IBT is the source. One more woman says she gave Gabby Petito's boyfriend a ride in Wyoming. Okay, here we go. These are the key points. She picked him up near a dam on the way to Pacific Creek Landing. Laundrie told her he was hiking near Snake River. An arrest warrant was issued for Laundrie on Thursday in connection with a bank fraud. As the manhunt for the YouTuber Gabby Petito's boyfriend Brian Laundrie continues, one more woman has come forward claiming she had given the hitchhiker a ride in Wyoming. Norma Jean Jolovic, a seasonal Wyoming resident from Florida, everybody's from Florida, very interesting, told Fox News that she picked up Laundrie on August 29th, 2 days after Petito was last seen. The woman then dropped him off around 6:30 or 6:40 MST, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the Spread Creek dispersed camping area, where Petito's remains were discovered weeks later. Laundrie is the prime suspect in the death of the 22-year-old. So we have a woman saying she picked him up hitchhiking and dropped him off 6:30, 6:40 Mountain Standard Time, 8:30 our time here on the East Coast, and at the Spread Creek camp area on August 29th. So why was he hitchhiking? Where was the van? This is very strange. Last week, a TikToker identified as Miranda Baker claimed that she and her boyfriend picked up Laundrie after spotting him hitchhiking on the side of the road in Wyoming on August 29th. Now, when I read this information, okay, I guess I'm getting confused at all these people talking. So now we're talking about two people have picked up the hitchhiker. So Miranda Baker picked him up on August 29th. And then there's a Norma Jean Jalovic from Florida says she picked him up on August 29th. And that was 2 days after Petito was last seen. So Norma Jean picked him up on the 29th around 6:30 Mountain Standard Time, 2 days after Petito was last seen at Spread Creek camping area. And then a TikToker by the name of Miranda Baker says she and her boyfriend picked him up after spotting him hitchhiking on the side of the road in Wyoming, August 29th. So I'm trying to understand if this Spread Creek is in Wyoming or is it in Utah? Because it says a seasonal Wyoming resident from Florida. She picked up Laundrie. This is very strange. Both women have informed authorities about their encounters. Jalovic says she was going to the chapel of the Sacred Heart Church in Grand Teton National Park on that day. She picked up Laundrie near a dam on the way to Pacific Creek Landing. I picked him up, something just said, hey, ask him where he's going, she said. Laundrie, who was sitting on the passenger seat of Jalovic's 4Runner, asked her if she was going to Jackson. Jalovic told him she was not she was not because she lived in the opposite direction. He then asked her to drop him off at the Spread Creek dispersed camping area. The man reportedly told her that he was hiking near Snake River and had seen elk and moose, but no bison. He spoke about his fiancee and also offered to pay for gas. On the ride to Spread Creek, Jalovic said she took a sharp right turn and Bible on her dashboard fell on and her Bible fell on Laundrie's lap. He picked up the book and put it back on the dashboard. Laundrie asked Jalovic to drop him off at the gate at the remote campground. When Jalovic said she could drive him inside, he tried to get out of the moving car. Jalovic said she tried to joke with Laundrie about wanting to impress his fiancee by hiking into the campground rather than hitching a ride, but he insisted he should be let out of the vehicle. So it says here she tried to joke with Laundrie about wanting to impress his fiance about hiking instead of hitching. Well, I guess he didn't take it very well because he was trying to get out of a moving car. Laundrie and Petito left their home in Northport, Florida in June for a cross-country road trip. Laundrie reportedly returned home on September 1st without his fiancee. He was then reported missing by his parents on September 17th. Petito's body was found in Bridger Teton National Forest in Wyoming on Sunday. An arrest warrant has been issued for Laundrie on Thursday in connection with a bank fraud carried out between August 30th and September 1st. The said information here is by IBT Times if you need verification for the source. So we have two different women saying that they gave him a ride on the 29th. Why was he hitchhiking with different people? What was he doing on the 29th? What are we missing here? This is some very bizarre behavior of this guy. What are we to believe pertaining to the death of this lady? Because now it's saying with the one lady that the late Miss Petito was seen 2 days before she picked him up hiking. So then they're basically saying that she was deceased when he was doing this hitchhiking of two different individuals. It's a very strange information. So I brought you information pertaining to the incident at the restaurant by California News Times. And then I just brought you said information pertaining to, it's very weird. A woman saying she gave Mr. Laundrie a ride. And now we're saying, this article is saying two have come forward and gave him a ride on the 29th. Now I'm going to bring you the latest information I found in the search before going live. And this is some very crazy nonsense as well. Once again, California News Times is the source. I pray that it is written in better format than what I just brought you. Possible Brian Laundrie sighting at hotel in Canada. TikToker captures image. CaliforniaNewsTimes.com is the source. I'm bravely trying to, it says Brian Laundrie, I'm bravely trying to check into a hotel in Canada while it's running. At least that's what TikTokers suggest based on sightings earlier this week. According to the woman, Gabby Petito's fiance, or at least someone who looks like him, was at a hotel in Toronto last Monday. She says she saw him in a hurry when he left the hotel and got into a car with another man. A woman TikTok user at CW Lynn, who appears to be a flight attendant, told the hotel staff that it could have been a laundromat. See, they're pronouncing the names wrong. Laundrie, and was told who she was and he had a suitable hotel. No, it wasn't. I don't know where he was heading. Yeah, see, this is bad writing. She also posted a blurry photo of the man wearing a face mask around his chin. It is unknown whether the woman reported sightings to the authorities with the hotel staff. As we reported, there was another potential Laundrie sighting earlier this week in Baker, Florida, about 500 miles from his home on a wilderness. On a deer cam. Allegedly, someone is saying that was him. Police later confirmed that it wasn't Brian, and the search is still going on. Laundrie is an official wanted man. After the federal government issued an arrest warrant on Wednesday, he was charged with one count of unauthorized access device use. Specifically, the prosecution claims that Laundrie used Gabby's Capital One bank card debit card, but said the warrant was related to Mr. Laundrie's activities after her death. So it's now confirming in this article that this count is for her, Miss Gabby Petito's card. Brian hasn't been seen for more than a week. His family reported that he went hiking with his backpack and never came back. This was a few days ago. Gabby's body was found at a Wyoming state park, and a coroner determined her death to be murder. Possible Laundrie sighting at the hotel in Canada. The TikToker captures image, source link, possible Brian at this hotel. Don't know if this is true or not. As I state, these articles, they're not written very well. I don't even know why they put this in here. Is it true that he was seen in Canada? I don't know. I guess law officials will go look at the said information. It's a very weird picture of a beard. Looks almost fake, tell you the truth. I'll show you that if you can see it. I don't know if you believe that's him or not, or if that's even a fake beard or just a fake picture. But that's the said information in this photograph of this article. It's a photograph of him. I don't know if it's true. If this lady is telling the truth or what she thought she saw. That's the said information. My last source is pertaining to the behavior of the parents. Florida News Times is the source, and I pray this article is written better. Brian Laundrie's search continues after the arrest warrant and no response from his parents. More than 50 law enforcement officers will return to the Carlton Reserve to search for Brian Laundrie on Friday morning. And of course, naturally, it's now Saturday. After an arrest warrant was issued after he was found to have used a former fiancee Gabby Petit's credit card after her death. And see, here it says his. See, they're not very terrible. Friday is the sixth day of a search for the Carlton Reserve after Laundrie returns from a cross-country trip without a fiancé who was later found dead in Wyoming. A Northport police officer tweeted yesterday afternoon about a search for swamps in the reserve. Harsh is a conservative expression, and the pressure to find Laundrie in that reserve or wherever he was issued a federal warrant. On Thursday the 25th, additional searchers wore boots to join the operation. Severe conditions question if Laundrie is there. Can he survive? And I said the same thing. It won't be easy. In fact, wildlife and survival expert Mark Burrows says it's hell, not just because of snakes, crocodiles, mosquitoes, and potentially deadly water and food shortages. Your dominant leg keeps leaning on that leg without you knowing it, so it automatically walks you in a circle after less than a quarter mile, Burrows said. And you can go back to the circle and touch your ASS within a mile. And I think you've gone further, but you're walking in a circle for days. You may not know it. Very interesting. Burrow isn't even sure that Laundrie is still in the reserve. He believes that Mr. Laundrie may have been gone, like many who follow the search. Rich Coco, a security specialist at WINK News, believes that food and water shortages and the practical difficulties of navigating swamps may be complicated for him. He can twist his ankle and hurt himself, Corco said. If he gets injured, the injury can be tenfold. If he cuts himself, his injury becomes septic at this point, causing him a deep infection. If he drinks too much water, the water causes dehydration by draining all of his water. If they drink, he will die after 9 days, so he will be killed. Okay, in front of the Northport Laundrie home, there are notable differences. For the first time since the search began, there is no police car visible, and the media presence was significantly less. It says reduced. Brian Laundrie's Mustang is back in the driveway. His parents, Christopher and Roberta Laundrie, took it home on Thursday after investigators had processed it for evidence. Mr. Laundrie's parents returned home at about 4:40 p.m. after meeting with a lawyer in Orlando. News was reported that the FBI warrant was broken about a half hour later. Did they know in advance? It remains unclear as they refused to accept a question from the reporter when they walked back home. Where's your son? Why don't you help? Why aren't you looking for Brian in the reserve? As it says, if you have any information pertaining to the whereabouts of Mr. Brian Laundrie or the murder of Gabby Petito, you can call the FBI at 225-5324, and that is 1-800-FBI 225-5324 to send tips, fbi.gov/tips. Here's the timeline pertaining to this case. September 1st, Brian Laundrie returned to Northport. September 14th, the Laundrie became person of interest. September 14th, he is reported going hiking in the Carlton Reserve. September 14th, the family reported him missing. Or met him, rather. September 17th. So September 14th says Laundrie's family reported met him yesterday. I don't know what that means. September 17th, they reported him missing. September 18th through the 19th, police searched the Carlton Reserve in Sarasota County. September 19th, a human corpse found in Spread Creek area, Wyoming, consistent with Miss Gabby's description. September 20th, the FBI searches for Brian Laundrie's home. September 21st, FBI, FWC, and police resumed search on Mr. Laundrie in the reserve. September 21st, coroners have confirmed that the body found in Wyoming is that of Miss Gabby Petito and that the manner of death was murder. September 23rd, the Mustang returned to the Laundrie home after being treated for evidence. September 23rd, once again, the search for Mr. Laundrie in the reserve is still in progress. September 23rd, a federal arrest warrant issued for Mr. Laundrie following a federal grand jury indictment released pertaining to Ms. Petito's posthumous activities. Brian Laundrie's search continues after the arrest warrant and no response from his parents. This set of information is by Florida News Times. These articles were not written very well. Why, I do not know. But what is the issue with the parents? Why can't you speak? Why can't you talk? And as this article states, when did they find out about the indictment? Because you have to understand something. In order for me to go get a lawyer, I would have to have knowledge that I need a lawyer. So who is the persons that contacted them to say there was an indictment issued out of Wyoming pertaining to the fraud? Who is that said person? When did they find out? Why are they not talking to the news, giving any commentary? Where is the son? Brian Laundrie, where are you? Why have you gone astray and your girlfriend has been found murdered out there in Wyoming? What is the deal with these two hitchhikers picking him up, if indeed they did pick him up? What was he doing? 2 separate times hitchhiking? And we are to believe what? She was not alive? Miss Petito? So where the hell was he going? What was he doing? You had a van. You brought that same van back. So what were you doing? To be hitchhiking? Were you setting up the ruse to get back home? Perhaps these people were giving you rides to go to ATMs to get money. And you didn't want to be seen in the van. But that doesn't make any sense because you still brought the van back without the owner. So either way, you were screwed. What is the truth pertaining to what happened out there in Wyoming? What was the jump off between these two? What happened at the restaurant? What happened when the police pulled them over and you see the cam of information by the police? I also want to bring you information too by NBC Nightly News, updated September 23rd. A complaint has been filed with the Moab, Utah Police Department. Who's filing the complaint? I do not know if it's Miss Petito's parents or not. They did not specify, but there is an investigation taking place. But the city is saying that they do not have any information that any improprieties were done with the police officers on that August 12th incident. But the Moab, Utah are investigating, doing an independent investigation pertaining to that incident with the said police officers. And the city is basically saying they don't know of any improprieties pertaining to that incident with Miss Gabby, Brian, and the officers. So, who's to complain? Is it her parents? Do they feel like something happened? The officers didn't do what they needed to do. What could they have done? Let's go there. Because if no one's filing charges against the other said party, all they could do is send them on their way. So what was the jump off with these two? What really happened out there? Is the police liable for anything, infractions? Who are these two women saying they picked him up? Where was she, alive or dead? What was he doing getting rides, catching rides? What was he doing? Why was he jumping out of that car before she even stopped? What the hell is going on with this dude? Where is Brian Laundrie? Why is his parents' mum? You're aiding your son, it's obvious. That's why you're not speaking. Who told you that there was an indictment for your son for the fraud charges? Once again, where is Mr. Laundrie? Is he out here watching behind the scenes social media, making fake profiles, talking on chats, Facebook, laughing at everyone? Look at you all. You're so immersed in my life, trying to find out what I didn't do. You won't catch me. Catch me if you can. Well, law enforcement will catch you. And whether you ever speak about what happened out there, you still will be in jail and you won't be going anywhere. So your lawyer won't make a bit of difference on the fraud charge, because besides the fraud charge, you'll be standing account for murder. That's the said information. If you want to donate to the channel, $BigAngie129 Cash App. Thank you for joining me. Have a blessed weekend. I will be back with more commentary pertaining to this case. Prayers to the Petito family. Her funeral services will take place on Sunday. And prayers that Mr. Laundrie is found. And he stands account for the murder of Miss Gabby Petito. This is Everyday Shenanigans.